Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative. This is one of our NHL draft specials where we talk to players that will have a chance to get their name called on stage and they're one step closer to playing in the National Hockey League. We're speaking to a winger who played for the USA National Team Development Program going to University of Minnesota Duluth next year, Isaac Howard. Ike, welcome to the show, man. Thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You love to score goals. I don't know what else there is to say. You know what I mean? Did you always know that you were going to be a goal scorer? Did it kind of happen like when you first started playing, or was it kind of a couple of years down junior? Like what was that about with the goal scoring?
I think it's kind of been there my whole career. I'd say, like, what's better? What's the best thing to do in hockey? It's to win and score goals. So that was kind of, who doesn't want to score goals? So I kind of just loved that at the beginning. And, I think everywhere I go, that's what I want to bring. I want to bring that offense.
Is it not, especially when you score I always feel like obviously when you score like a game winner or overtime, you can't even describe those feelings. Yeah. But when you're in the game and you just snipe one, it goes in right away and it's 1-0. Those feel good too, right? The first one.
Oh yeah. The first goal of the games are always the best. If you pop one in on your first shot, like 4 minutes into the game, it's like you got a whole game to work with and you already got a goal. Like that's where the hat tricks come in if you get one early.
You're playing with the National Team Development Program. Really unique situation. I always love when I interview players that play in this program. I always thought it really cool that you do play in a league setting and everything, the tournaments. You play with the same guys like the whole year, basically.
Yep.
How important is that in terms of like developing like the teamwork component of things for your career as well, specifically?
Yeah, it's good because, you get to know those guys so well. You're around each other 7 days a week for the whole 2 years you're there pretty much. So you develop that chemistry with them. And again, it's good to grow that. And, obviously some people get sick of each other every now and then. There's a little roughing going on in practice and stuff, which is good. But, I think it's good. It's good for your development.
It's almost like a pro setting too, though, right? Like where you're with the team the whole time and everything.
Yeah. You're treated like a pro there for sure. Like, they'll tell you when stuff is, when practice is and all that, but it's up to you to get there, do your own thing, stretch, all that. So it's really good for development. You
have decided to go the NCAA route. You're going to University of Minnesota Duluth next year. You're going to be a Bulldog. I'm just curious about that a little bit. Obviously, I'm sure you talking to your family, your team, and everything. You wanted to go NCAA. What was the decision process like picking University of Minnesota Duluth? I'm just curious about that.
Yeah, so it was, my ninth grade year. So about 3 years ago, I think I committed there, and they just came off back-to-back national championship. They're 2 hours away from my house. They know how to win. They know how to develop you to that next level. So again, like when I was looking at that, I thought it was the perfect place to grow my game, and obviously you want to have a chance at winning that national championship, and I feel like they're up for it every year. So that all kind of played a factor, and it's just hockey school, hockey town. So, I when I was up there watching a game, that's kind of where I knew I wanted to be there.
I can't even imagine though, just the decision of like where you're going to go play hockey. Like, it's just like, I feel like I can't even imagine where like the starting point is. You know what I mean? I guess it's like a bunch of schools you want to go visit and everything. And then it comes down to picking one, right?
Yeah. You basically, you look at schools, you talk to them, and but you kind of got a sense of like, there's one or two schools that I really want to be at. And then, you humor a couple other schools. But for me, it was pretty much Duluth and North Dakota. Those were my two that I was like, it's going to be between these two. So.
Yep, absolutely. A little break from the hockey questions. Popternative, we do a lot of pop culture interviews. We do a lot of coverage of a lot of TV shows and movies. What have you been watching lately? Movie-wise, TV show-wise, what have you been watching?
Yeah, so TV show, the new Kenobi series, I watched that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're a Star Wars guy.
Huge guy, huge. I just interviewed Bonnie Peace, who plays Lars Baru, actually.
Okay, yeah. No, it was, Star Wars is my favorite everything ever since I was a kid. So watched that. It was pretty unreal. Great ending.
I think I've seen like an interview or something you've done recently where you said that. Is that possible? Have you disclosed that before?
I don't know. I might have, but I think if I haven't, I did now for sure. You know,
Yeah.
that's my jam.
Yeah.
And then do you watch The Boys at all?
Of course. Oh, we've interviewed a lot of people from that too.
Yeah, so you have good TV show taste then.
Absolutely. Well, you do you're invited to like the press days, you interview, you got to watch a lot of TV. It's like part of the gig. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You didn't mention Stranger Things. Like, what's going on there?
I watched Stranger Things. I watched the first couple episodes and I turned it off. I was like, I wasn't a fan of the new season. And then The Boys is pumping out new episodes, and that show is actually unreal.
Well, did you watch? Are you caught up with The Boys?
Yeah, I'm caught up. It's probably I'd put it as top 2 favorite TV show, maybe number 1.
Holy smokes! Yeah, I have some friends that are on that show as well, and it's one of those shows. Yeah, there's just so much to talk about with that show. It's cool.
So much going on.
It's cool because it's like, there's so many things in like the superhero comic book geek culture world.
Yeah.
and then there's The Boys.
Yeah. I know.
No, it's amazing. Any movies? Did you go see Top Gun Maverick?
I haven't seen that one. I should go see that one. I haven't been to a movie in a good while. I mean, I saw Spider-Man No Way Home in the theater.
Of course. Well, the pandemic's been kind of tough for that a little bit too, right?
Yeah.
Like it's been difficult. No, absolutely. The Boys. I'm caught up in everything.
This show's wild. I mean, it's wild. It's
here's the thing though. Like your press. I watched the whole thing like a month ago. Like I've seen it all. Like no, you don't understand. Like I've seen this new season. Like I've seen it all already. Like I don't have to wait for more. Yes.
Oh, you've seen the whole thing?
Yes, I have.
That's bogus.
That's the perks of doing the interviews. You got to know what you're going to talk about.
Yeah, that's a big perk. So I'm at the part, the last episode, Soldier Boy.
There's some stuff. They're the last episode 6, right?
Yeah, he almost killed Homelander. Then Homelander flew off. Boom, gone. I mean, if they kill off Homelander's probably my favorite character, so they better not kill him off.
Oh man, it's we I interviewed Cameron Cravetti, who plays Ryan, like Homelander's son, and just talking to him about those scenes where like in the last season where he gets pushed off, like just talking about doing those scenes and everything. No, it's so great. It's crazy to like at the end of the day, it's the same thing with like you guys, right? Like you're hockey players, you know what I mean? People say like, oh my God, Isaac Howard, you know what I mean? Like we're people, you know what I mean?
100%, yeah.
Which is it's so crazy. But yeah, getting back to hockey a little bit. The NHL specifically, I mean, the draft is around the corner. You're going to have the opportunity to get your name called. The NHL is becoming a game where, yes, your goal scoring is going to be something that a lot of teams are going to want, of course, but it's an adaptable game. People are going to want you to maybe adapt to a position knowing the needs of the team that maybe you're not familiar of doing in junior. You know what I mean? Playing a different role and everything. Are you prepared to adapt to playing the National Hockey League? That's a big thing, Ike.
Yeah. No, I think for sure, like with my game is, I think I'm just skilled enough to kind of adapt and, help the team in any case. And whatever role you're in, you can always bring that offense. And, for me, I think, again, like, I'm a good skater, got a lot of skill, can read plays, good IQ. So I think it's pretty easy and, really flexible player. So
you're on the path of becoming a professional hockey player. On the ice, there's a lot of jobs. You have to help your team win. You have to develop as a player. You have to develop as a teammate. There's a lot on the ice. That's the job. There's an off-ice job as well, Ike, where, you're doing, interviews, media coverage, you're doing community events, you're doing a lot of things. Are you starting to kind of think about that a little bit, that there's kind of the job on and off the ice a little bit, or are you still kind of just starting to process that day by day?
Yeah, no, I definitely think about that. I think, when you go to the national team, that kind of, they help you be a better man off the ice and they prepare you for all that. You're kind of treated as a pro already. So I think it'll be pretty natural transition for me. And obviously off the ice, you still want to enjoy your time. Like, I like going on the lake with buddies and going golf and all that stuff. Because obviously you don't just be too centered on hockey stuff. You got to enjoy stuff outside of it. But,
absolutely. Yeah. But I feel like with the draft and like the on the off ice, like it's one of those things where it's easier said than done. Like you try not to think about it a little bit, but it's always there. Like, it's always there. It's going to be there because of social media, your family, friends, right? Like, it's kind of hard to block out the noise, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think, during the season, it's a lot easier. You can focus on playing the games. But, when the season's over, obviously, yeah, you have friends seeing stuff, family. Like, even if you're not tuned in, everyone around you wants to tune in because it's, really cool for them too.
Oh, yeah.
And then, yeah, I mean, it's coming up in, just about a week now.
You're heading down there? You're going to Montreal?
I'm heading down less than a week. I'm heading down Tuesday. The draft's next Thursday.
You're going with your family. You're going to kind of check out the city a little bit. And,
Yep.
I feel like that's kind of like, yeah, it's cool. You make a little vacation out of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, you do. I've never been to Montreal, so
that's where I'm from. I'm from Montreal.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a cool city, so you're gonna really enjoy it. It's a cool building to the Bell Center. Very quickly before we wrap up, when the team that has the chance to draft Isaac Howard, what kind of player will they be drafting specifically?
Yeah, I think they're getting an electric offensive player who's going to bring it every night. I think that's every team I'm on. I want to lead the team in scoring. That's kind of what I bring, and I think that's what you want is that goal scorer, playmaker, kind of just dual threat offensively, and that's what I bring. So
that was amazing. No, that's awesome. Thank you so much for coming on Popternative. It was so great chatting with you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Instagram, people can keep update with that. You have an Instagram account, right?
Yep.
Is it just your name?
It's Isaac Howard 53.
Awesome. Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Till next time, this is Isaac Howard and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.